The Mishnah in Machon 21b tells us that a man can dig a single furrow in the ground and end up receiving 8 sets of lashes for transgressing 8 different prohibitions. 2 of those prohibitions come from Parashat Kitetse. The case involves a man who plows with a consecrated ox and donkey that are yoked together and cover kilayim in a vineyard during Shemitah on Yom Tov, and the man is both a Kohen and a Nazir in an area of Tumah. Aside from hypothesizing the maximum amount of sins warranting lashes that can arise out of a single act of plowing, what is this Mishnah trying to teach us? The implicit lesson from this Mishnah is that a single action can result in so much destruction, bringing on a whole host of sins and various punishments. There are times that we fail to see past the actions we're about to perform, or sentences we plan on uttering. One would be better off contemplating the multitudinous effects that his actions can have on himself and on those around him. Mishnayot like these remind us to ask how many sins we are committing by digging our own furrows. We should contemplate how far-reaching the actions we undertake are, and how many sins can come forth from what we think are minor indiscretions. The Gemara in Machon 29b reveals that this world is like the Hebrew letter Hey because it is open at the bottom. If one is careless, it is easy to get swept up in things that take him out of the Hey, the world of upright living. However, the Gemara continues, there is a tiny opening near the top of the hay that lets a person back in. The Gemara then wonders why the individual cannot re-enter from the hole that he fell out of. Without elaborating further, it concludes that it would not work. Rav Emanuel Bernstein suggests that the reason we cannot go back through the wide gap at the bottom of the hay is because we need to rise up and improve our character. To rectify our shortcomings, we must be on a higher level than we were when we first fell. To get there, we must climb up the side of the hay to the small opening near the top. During Elul, Hashem gives us an entire month to focus on getting back inside the hay. We can begin our ascent by understanding the consequences of our actions and how extensively deleterious just one of them can be. If we utilize the month properly, we should be in tshuva mode, focusing on getting back inside of Hashem's world. Every act of tshuva brings us that much closer to the top of the hay, and that much closer to the Almighty. We should merit to learn from the Mishnah and Machon and return to our rightful place inside the hay.